In this video, we are continuing to print this dog bone. We have already adjusted the gap, and now we want to see how it prints. Based on how it prints, you will know whether to adjust the gap again, or if you should print with more support material, etc. Anything involving printing temperatures and bed leveling should be left to a TA, or namely Frank, as this can take some finesse. The printer will start preheating the bed and hot end after you start the print. Try to position the hot end away from the bed so it doesn't damage the surface, as it will be very hot. For this print, we want to observe how the first layer prints. The print should be like a squashed rope on the bed surface. If it looks too thin or like a rope sitting on top of the bed, further gap adjustment should be made. If it is too thin, the gap might be too small. If it isn't sticking or looks like a rope just laying on top of the surface, the gap is too large. You can see a glob of plastic here. It's going to likely mess with the print, but I'm going to let it go for now and see how the rest of the print goes. You can see here that the right edge of the print is lifting away from the bed. We will have to stop this print. Select Stop Print from the menu, then go to Prepare, Move Axis, 1 mm, and Move Z. Turn the knob right to lift the nozzle away from the bed so we don't melt it. Use the scraper tool included inside the printer to scrape away the material from the bed. It turns out I forgot to wipe the bed with alcohol. It's possible some grease was on the surface of the bed, preventing the layer from sticking. There is a spray bottle with rubbing alcohol located on the shelf next to the printer. Use this and a paper towel or rag to clean the surface of the heated bed. Just in case, I'm going to also make a fine adjustment to the Z knob to reduce the gap. We have another glob of plastic here. I didn't clean the nozzle before the print started, so it deposited extra material at the starting of the print. In this case, the nozzle knocked the glob off the layer. This layer seems to be sticking better than the last one, so I'm just going to let it print to show how it turns out. The corner still lifts up on this part. Due to the small base layer, it's going to be a good idea to use a raft to help it from warping off the bed. See the advanced settings video for Simplify 3D to find out how to print with a raft. As for preparing for a print, the things that you've seen in this video so far are mostly what you'll be doing to make sure you get a quality print. Using a raft, there is a much larger base layer that helps stick to the bed. This also takes longer to print and requires more post-processing of the part after the print is done. Here is a good example of what the first layer should look like. The gap is set correctly, producing a sort of squashed extrusion for the first layer. I keep forgetting to remove the excess material from the nozzle before the print. I was able to just pull this one off while it was printing though. With that, it looks like the raft and support material performed well. Great adhesion to the bed and no visible warping. The dog bone was able to bridge well too with the manually added support structures.